You're listening to a That Humble Radio production. Now, bringing you the most average quality in sports-related news, headlines, rumors, and opinions. Here's Jordan and Ted with the Max Deal.
It's DMD the Max Deal right here on the That Humble Radio YouTube channel. Hey, the track you're listening to right now is made by my buddy Nolan. His info's in the description down below. Hey, my name's Jordan Verge. If you don't know me, it's at Jordan_Verge on Twitter. I talk sports here and there, but I don't do it alone, so who am I joined by every single time I'm joined by you?
You are joined with your best friend. It's Ted GITD on Twitter. And if you want to hit us up on Twitter for the Max Deal, hit us up at the Max Deal on Twitter. We love talking shop and we love talking sports. And Verge, it's that time of the episode where we see what you're cracking over there.
Every single time it makes me so uncomfortable, but I keep doing it. It's a bit that I decide needs to happen every single time. It's a White Claw, it's a hard seltzer, tangerine, 100 calories, gluten-free, 5% alcohol volume, all of that. It's spiked sparkling water. You know what a White Claw is. Ted, what's cracking over there?
Hold on, I have to just preference this by saying you got the new pack, and that's fantastic because the new pack is great. I just have some Dr. Pepper over here. I already cracked it open pre-show. I was a little thirsty. I just got off of work, and it's the Max Deal.
So the new pack, is this lemon, watermelon, tangerine?
Yeah. It's version 2. It's the version 2 they call it, or 2. There's a 2 on the case somewhere.
Okay, because I know it's the one that does not have black cherry, and I love black cherry. For a long time, that was my favorite.
It's great, but the watermelon one, you're going to enjoy the watermelon.
I love the pack. If this is the White Claw 2, if we're talking about iPhone 12s, this is White Claw 2, and it has watermelon and lemon in it, that's the best pack. I like that one the most.
Mango's okay. I'm hit or miss on mango, but they're great nonetheless.
I love me some White Claws. Ted, my girlfriend yesterday... This isn't sports related at all. I was just drinking a Harpoon beer. I don't know if you've ever had Harpoon, but they have a Dunkin' Donuts flavor.
I've seen it. I've seen those.
Yeah, they usually do like a stout every year. This year they released like an IPA for Jelly Donut, or like a Jelly Donut IPA, and then also like a Boston Cream. It might have been a stout. I'm not sure. And I tried the IPA, the Jelly Donut one, and I didn't like it. And she had the nerve to say, it's because I don't like beer anymore. Excuse me? No.
You know what, that's funny, because usually every weekend, every other weekend, I shouldn't say every weekend, every other weekend, or like every third weekend, I usually head down to my friend's house, and we have a big bonfire, and we usually get a case of something, and I'm always on the White Claw kick. Well, this time we switched to Blue Moon. I was like, do I like beer anymore? Because I took Blue Moon, one of my all-time favorites. I still like it, but like, give me a White Claw any day. And I don't want to cheat on White Claw. I really don't, because White Claw is the true love, the first love. I looked her in the eye and I said, man, White Claw, you're something special. But Truly's is trash. Let's just, right off the rip, Truly's not it. Truly's isn't it.
So when it comes to like seltz, or what did they say? It's spiked sparkling water. It's like alcoholic seltzer. I think White Claw's the king or queen. I don't know if it's a male or feminine. How do we do that? Is it?
It's the ace. It's the ace.
Sure. I think White Claws are absolutely the best, and it's because of the sugar. There's a lot of these seltzers out there who are like, oh, 0 sugar. 70 calories, all of this, it's garbage. That's what it is. White Claws, you're gonna get a hangover if you drink way too many, but you know what? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
Yeah, but you're also hydrated because it's water. Truly's is trash. Bud Lights are okay. They just got some new flavors. Cranberry's good. Pineapple's good. But then, excuse me, they have, there's a Smirnoff brand for 4th of July. I had the red, white, and berry, 0 sugar. I was healthy, and it was 0 sugar, red, white, and berry. It was so good. I had like 30 of them. It was delicious. But White Claw's still the king. a quick ranking of the seltzers. White
Yes.
Claw, the
Okay.
king. Bud Light, and you know what? White Claw's the ace, and then ace number 2 is it's got to be the Smirnoffs, red, white, and berry. Those
But that's
are
not
delicious.
staying around forever. That's gonna go away once the sun
That's
goes
fair.
away, right?
And then yes, yeah, once the fireworks go down, and then Bud Light seltzer. Bud Light's so good. Truly's is down there at the bottom. I saw some Corona ones. I never tried those, but man, the seltzer game is popping off.
Yeah, no, there's honestly a golden age of seltzer brands coming out right now. Have you had like the Natty Light seltzer? That was
Oh yeah.
that was all right. That was the first that I had.
Which one did you have?
Okay. Oh, geez. What are the flavors?
There was only 2. It was
Because I never paid for them. They were just in my refrigerator, and I.
that's fair.
This,
It was
this
cherry
was back in
limeade
college.
was one.
It was what?
Cherry limeade was one, and then sangria.
Oh, geez.
think
None of
those-
those sound familiar. It was
or-
one of
or
them. It must have
peach.
been.
Was
Peach.
it a peach one
It was
or a
peach.
cherry one?
It was definitely peach.
Peach. Okay, there was a peach one and a cherry one. They had names, but I don't remember them. I had the cherry limeade one. It was all right. It was pretty good. You know what's not good, Verge?
Not this White Claw. This White Claw is great.
You know what's not good? Michelob Ultra. And you know who celebrated with Michelob Ultra?
No.
The
Oh,
Los
I
Angeles
do.
Lakers.
Yes, there we go.
See
Yep.
how we turned? I turned an alcoholic conversation into our topic of the day: the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm not sure how Michelob Ultra got the sponsorship because, like, in the beer tiers, that's not. That's. I don't know whose favorite beer is Michelob Ultra. Somehow they're like, NBA, y'all want this free beer? And they said sure.
It's whoever has the most money. I think that's what it is. And Michelob Ultra on that,
Well,
it
we're
was a
saying
Sunday.
Mickey's you got Budweiser, you got Coors Light, Miller Lite.
Ted, we're just a couple days removed from having no basketball, and then suddenly we just dive into just talks about alcohol. That's what it is. There's no basketball to be played or watched, and this is just what it's turned into.
I mean, that's fair. I just the late because they Michelob Ultra, man, they had those commercials during the game. It was that I don't know if you saw the commercials or not, but it was like it was the room, the locker room, and it had like the tarps up,
Yep.
for like the celebration of like champagne and stuff, and it had like the table in the middle, and it had like the little ice buckets, and there was that staff employee who was just like making sure all the labels were out, and then he like takes the garbage and shoots it. How did Michelob Ultra? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How did Michelob Ultra get the sponsor, the beer of the NBA? I don't get it.
What didn't I just say? Whoever has the deepest pockets, and on that Sunday evening, Michelob Ultra had the deepest pockets.
This is what I'm picturing. LeBron James wins the championship, right? He is stoked. He's coming off his 4th. He just got done talking to Rachel Nichols. He said, "I need my respect too." He comes in. He's like, "Michelob Ultra." What? This is what we're celebrating with, man. Adam Silver. That's what he said. He said, "Adam Silver, I don't want Michelob. All right,
Give me my wine." Didn't CJ McCollum had like over 100 bottles of wine in his his room? There's no way he got rid of all of that. Like the Lakers beat the Trailblazers, so LeBron, I feel like he should have had stake in some of the wine that was left behind.
CJ's like, "I don't want to carry all these bottles home. Somebody take it off me."
I'll just leave it to whoever beat us. NBA bubble. We got a lot of bubble boys out there, and I'd like to just ask you straight up. First question, Ted, do you know what this audio is?
No, I have no idea.
You have no idea. So obviously that's my voice. If you don't know,
Right.
okay.
Right.
So this is first of all, I would like to just say congratulations. You correctly guessed. Well, how about we'll just play the audio. With this NBA bubble, we got a lot of bubble boys out there, and I'd like to just ask you straight up. First question: who is going to win the NBA championship in October? Because I want to come back to this audio right here and be able to just make fun of you. Ted, do you remember who you said?
I hope I said the Lakers.
This man came in and said, "Oh, I think the Utah Jazz are going to win."
Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James. That's my
God.
first.
Thank
first. I got so scared. My second reason: LeBron James and Anthony Davis duo is something scary. I think they are very scary duo, one of the best duos in the league, if you will.
So your first reason was first of all, congratulations, you got it correct.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your first reason was LeBron James. Your second reason was LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and you said that they're a scary duo because they're scary. First of all, it's October. It's the spooky month.
It is. See, I was just planning it out. I knew October was going to be the chip season, and then next thing you know, it was going to be spooky season. I was like, you know what? They're going to win the chip. They're scary.
You heard me say in October we're going to be playing this, so you were like, oh, I'm going to throw in some...
Ooh,
Boo.
spooky. I think they are very scary duo, one of the best duos in the league, if you will. My third reason is they may not be as deep as other teams, but they're pretty deep. Big man.
Yep. No, I mean,
I am smiling from ear to ear because that prediction was spot on.
they are not deep at all. This is a two-man team, Ted. Danny
Nope.
Green and
Nope.
Markieff Morris. We're not going to talk
Nope.
about
Yeah.
them at length because obviously the Lakers won the championship. Whatever they did in Game 5, it doesn't matter because in the end, they ended up with their rings. But LeBron James and Anthony Davis, I think their backs hurt because they were carrying these guys for 6 games.
I have a bit of so I took notes, Verge. I took some notes last night on a video that I watched. It was on IG. What are those videos on Instagram called?
Is it IGTV or IG Live or what is it?
Yes, TV, IGTV.
Yeah.
It was the guy who I think I put your name in the comments so you could see the LeBron rap.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah. So it's and I don't want to like say this is my take, but I really enjoyed this guy's take. I'm gonna go through it quickly because it's a little lengthy.
Go for
It's
it.
only like it's only a 5-minute video, but he brings up such good points. And I don't want to take his I don't want to take his spiel. It's Instagram at the kid Gowie, the kid Gowie.
Yeah, the kid Gowie, something like that.
Yeah.
157,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yep.
So he says it's time to put some respect on this Lakers championship, which I guess there's I haven't really like gone on basketball Twitter recently, but I guess there's some people who are discrediting this Lakers team.
Throwing an asterisk in there, yeah.
Huh?
They throw like an asterisk on this championship.
So he says LeBron is one of his favorite players, but we're going to exclude him from this discussion. He's seeing so many haters discrediting this victory. So in this world, LeBron James doesn't exist. The first point that people are making, he says, is, oh, the Lakers were stacked. Yes, they were stacked, but they invested in players that the league didn't see important or didn't want. Dwight Howard was on his 5th team in 5 seasons, only to be bought out by the Memphis Grizzlies and only to be signed because DeMarcus Cousins was injured, and he was signed on a 1-year non-guaranteed deal, which meant he wasn't even guaranteed his money.
Right.
The next star, Rajon Rondo, again, 5 teams in 5 seasons, because he was labeled uncoachable.
Wow.
I mean, seeing the teams didn't really want him around because short stints in 5 years. This one is a little tricky for me, but Anthony Davis, he in theory they traded for him and they gave up a decent bit. They gave up Brandon Ingram, who was the most improved player. Was that your Siri or my Siri? I was confused.
It wasn't my Siri. What I said was, okay, so are you saying Anthony Davis wasn't a sought after, like he was rejected from the league? Because I feel like Anthony Davis is a top 5 player right now.
Okay, well, all right, well, okay, this was. Hold on, let me get to the note on AD.
Sure.
So he says Anthony Davis. They had to trade for him, and they traded a decent package, which I guess the media at the time was saying was a lot to give up for him. I think that's what they were saying. I don't really remember because I really barely remember what happened 2 weeks ago. So they say Brandon Ingram, most improved player. Lonzo Ball, decent. Josh Hart, I'm on the fence with that one. And then they traded 3 first-round picks, which one of those being the 4th overall pick, which I believe led to Zion, if I'm not wrong.
No, the 4th overall pick. Oh, geez. I think they traded that. They drafted Jarrett Culver, and they used that pick to trade back to pick up Jackson Hayes, and they traded him to the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay. I wasn't sure on that. That's why I did put a little asterisk there because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So then he says at the time Anthony Davis wasn't viewed as a top 5 player, and he puts like a list of players on the screen, being Curry, LeBron James, Kawhi, Curry, James Harden, and Giannis. Never viewed as a top 5 player. People are saying he's not a leader and he can't make it past the second round.
Wow.
So that was his take on Anthony Davis. Which I guess I can see like the end part there, because at the time, like, not that this NBA playoffs he didn't prove himself to be a top 5 player, but I guess before he wasn't really considered top 5 because everyone's naming Curry, Harden,
Right.
Giannis.
Even when I said top 5 like 3 minutes ago, I didn't believe it. I just said it.
I mean, that's fair. Danny Green was picked up in free agency. Marcus Morris was cleared waivers and signed only because DeMarcus Cousins got injured.
Markieff Morris?
Did I say Marcus Morris?
Yeah,
I always say the wrong name. Yeah,
no,
Markieff
they look
Morris,
very similar.
Aren't they twins?
Yeah.
Okay. Markieff Morris was cleared waivers and signed because Boogie, so nobody wanted him. J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters were signed off their couches because Avery Bradley said, "Nah, dog, I'm not going to go to the bubble." KCP, I mean, he was there already, but I'm only including him in mine. This wasn't in his video, but KCP, clearly the 3rd best player in the playoffs in my opinion. Maybe 4th. Rondo was up there. Alex Caruso contributed a ton. Who's Alex Caruso? Basically, I'm sure people were saying they only remembered him from that crazy dunk, and now he's a decent defender in the league. That one was also for me because I just wanted to add some of my.
Was he a
own stuff
decent defender though? I think that I don't know if he's a decent defender. I think he's maybe average at best, but hey, he has a championship
this man
ring
will
now.
intercept every pass that's thrown at his way. I swear, this dude's insane.
He has a championship ring. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay, I'm almost done here. So yes, in theory the Lakers were stacked, but they only were stacked because of their chemistry and just the way these guys had meshed together. The next point he makes is, well, the Lakers had an easy path, and I can't believe people are actually saying this because listed below, they played the Blazers, who yes were only a 35-win team, but they had Dame Dollar, CJ McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, who's been playing out of his mind at the time, Yusuf Nurkic, and the media kept saying beware this team, and well, the Lakers ended up being
not just the media. Well, I mean, are we the media? You and I? Because me right here, I was telling LeBron personally, hey, be aware, because these Portland Trailblazers, they're pretty good. But when you say 35-win team, I mean, we can't just say that. There's a shortened season.
Well, no,
yeah.
This is from him. I'm just bringing up his video.
Sure.
But the whole like aspect of them like being a dangerous team, absolutely. But now people are saying it was an easy path.
But we can't just like say that them having an easy path is a reason to put an asterisk or discredit a championship. They worked hard for that first overall seed. So obviously the first seed is going to face the 8th seed.
Right.
The first seed statistically has the easiest path, so that I don't think that should necessarily be a reason to
I
discredit.
Agree. The next Houston, everyone kept saying, oh, they're too small of a team. Harden, they still had Harden and Westbrook. This one I really enjoy this one because there's a quote in here he uses, and it's so good. People are saying, well, they avoided the Clippers. Well, how can you avoid a team that's not good enough to move on? I love that. And then he says, when do we start penalizing sports teams? When do we start penalizing sports teams for teams that they didn't play? Right. I love that so much.
Yep.
People are discrediting the Lakers win because, well, they didn't play the Clippers. Bro, the Clippers weren't even good enough to get past Denver. They blew a 3-1 lead.
Yep.
And
I like Denver a lot, and they gave
they
gave the Lakers a run a couple games, but no, I mean they beat the Clippers and they beat them 4 times. So in a series, the best team always wins.
Yeah. They had to go through Denver. Denver was dangerous. They down 3-1 or up 3-1. Denver wasn't guaranteed at all. And then finally they had to play the Heat. And honestly, it was Jimmy's time. Like Jimmy made that championship very hard to win. And then the last reason he has here is bubble rest. People are saying, well, they had a lot of rest in the bubble, but every team had the same amount of rest. And I didn't see this, but his video quoted it. He said there were several NBA stars who said this was going to be one of the hardest championships to win just because of how strenuous the bubble was, with one not being at your home facility, not being with your family, not having meals prepped for you. It was a whole thing. So then finally he says all of this was mentioned without LeBron James, who yes played great, but it was a team effort. The players' chemistry was unmatched. And that is my end there. I thought it was a really interesting video, just because I didn't see the Laker hate necessarily, just because I didn't really look for it. Just the amount of people that were discrediting, I guess, was decent, which is absurd to me.
No, I mean you're gonna get that with any team, but especially a team with LeBron James on it. There are just so many people who go out and be like, this guy, he can't be Michael Jordan. He can't be better than Michael Jordan. He's not even on par with Michael Jordan, and it's always that argument. They are so afraid of this guy being the greatest basketball player ever. So we're just gonna discredit everything he does and make sure that any accomplishment he has isn't his accomplishment.
Yeah. Did you see them talk about that on it was one of his post-game interviews. He was with Anthony Davis, and I don't remember who was interviewing him.
Didn't someone say, like, where do you see yourself as the greatest of all time? And he said that's up to you guys to debate. Yeah, and that's the right mindset to have, honestly.
Yeah, well, he said I wear 23 because of Michael Jordan. Y'all can decide that. I was like, my man, that's awesome. Like, basically, I took that as he was saying, no, I'm not the best of all time. That's Michael Jordan still, which is wrong. That's the wrong answer, LeBron, because you are the greatest of all time.
I always like to say, stay humble, do whatever. But LeBron, you just won your 4th championship on your 3rd team.
He said, give me my damn respect.
Yo, you don't have to be humble right here, LeBron. Go wild. Do whatever you want to do.
Can we both agree, though, that LeBron James' NBA championship post-game interviews when he's accepting his award are the best of all time?
I love the I ain't got no worries. That was my favorite.
I ain't got no worries. He said something? That was the first one. No, the first one was it's about damn time.
Yeah, I think I ain't got no worries was the second one with the with the Heat.
His third one was Cleveland. And then this one was I want my damn respect.
Were you kind of underwhelmed with his post-game interview this time? Or, I mean, it sounds like you really liked it.
No, I was very underwhelmed. I think I texted you he needs to bring up Kobe, and he never did.
Yeah, and that's a thing that it seemed like he kind of tread away from. Other people mentioned Kobe. I think, who was it? Was it?
It was, well, no, they only brought it up because she brought it up.
Really? Yeah.
Because she brought it up to Anthony Davis.
Honestly,
and LeBron was like, "Come on, we want to go celebrate."
Right.
That was what I was like, man, just which I don't think that it was purposely done. I think that they knew who it was for. I just think it was something unspoken, which I don't know. I was back and forth on it.
Honestly, for me, I think that it was purposely done. I was gonna say, like, going into that end of that game, because it was a blowout. We knew at halftime game was over. The Lakers are gonna win the championship. It was all about the final score that I was looking at, because I knew that some people on Twitter were gonna look at that and be like, "Oh, they blew them out by 32, 24 plus 8. That's 32. Mamba, rest in peace." Obviously, rest in peace, because it was a tragedy and everything happened, but, like, let's just stop sensationalizing Kobe Bryant's death. You know what? Not everything has to be about Kobe Bryant. And I'm saying that right now.
No, I would agree. I agree. Just because you see it everywhere.
Right.
Like, it sucks. Like, it sucks. He had to pass away like that. And it was tragic, but like they just won the NBA championship, and like LeBron's just trying to celebrate and like get his speech in, and then they talked to Anthony Davis, who who was crying on the bench, and he like didn't even celebrate with them at first. He was just like in his own like space, hands on his head, like crying, which was one of such a cool sight to see because like I was so happy for Anthony to get his first.
Right.
And then she was like, "Well, how about Kobe?" It's like
It's like we don't need to, like we get
like,
it,
let them bring it up. Like if they want to bring it up, let that happen.
Right.
And like don't force it. Like I think that was with me because I texted him. I was like, man, he didn't talk about Kobe, which was like fine. But even if he was just like if he was doing his post game, he's just like 24 for you or something, and then just like give me my damn respect. Like that would have been fine. Just something real small, just so like people didn't blow it out of the water. Because like if he didn't bring it up, people were like, well, why did he bring it up? But then if he did bring it up, be like, well, why do you have to bring it up? So it's like hit or miss with either way.
It just seems like a lose-lose situation because it seems like he was going more for like the social justice aspect where he's give me my respect, and I love that. I thought it was great. I don't know what I was expecting. I think it was just really anticlimactic.
Yeah, because like that was like I think with him more so like the after speech was like hilarious to me because that was like LeBron was so hyped when Anthony was talking. He was dancing. He was being goofy and like just enjoying the moment. But then like in his interview, he was like all serious. When like other ones, he was like more energetic, I guess.
Well, let's talk about this because this is the from the back-to-back, the white hot Miami Heat. I couldn't think of where the Heat were from. This is LeBron James talking to Doris Burke.
LeBron, you paid a price to be a great jump shooter. How happy are you that you paid that price?
Like Spo said, first of all, I want to give a lot of credit to the San Antonio Spurs. First-class organization. They pushed us to the limit. I work on my game a lot. Throughout the offseason, I put a lot of work into it. And to be able to come out here and the results happen out on the floor is the ultimate. It's the ultimate. I'm lost for words.
LeBron, you are constantly faced with the din of noise from the outside, scrutiny and pressure. How, when everybody is coming at you, do you keep your head and perform at the level you do?
Listen, for me, I can't worry about what everybody say about me.
First of all, it's so weird looking at this guy. This is from 2013, so it's 7 years ago, and he doesn't have the big beard that he does now. He just looks so young.
I know, dude. I was scrolling through Instagram, seeing pictures. I'm like, wow.
This is 20-something LeBron
so
James.
young, and he still would have been. He would have been what, 28 or 29 there?
28 or 29, yeah.
Absurd.
I'm LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, from the inner city. I'm not even supposed to be here.
That's what it was.
That's enough. Every night I walk into the locker room, I see a number 6 with James on the back. I'm blessed. So what everybody say about me off the court don't matter. I ain't got no words.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, I thought that was the Cleveland one. I got that mixed up.
I think he may have said it from the Cleveland. He just really likes to tell people he's from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, and anytime that you hear a LeBron James interview, somewhere in there is Akron, Ohio. I'm just a kid from Cleveland. I'm not supposed to be here, which is fine because all those things are true. But like, it does get kind of funny.
I love that. I honestly have goosebumps right here. I love that guy so much.
I was writing a message to do at my church. And I have in there, I'm just a kid from Hopewell.
I'm not even supposed to be here. So, Ted, earlier we looked at, or we listened to your prediction at the beginning of the season. Do you remember who I picked to win the NBA championship?
I mean, there were a few. I know you said the...
Nope, I don't know. There's only one for me, and I have it right here. I have the audio. But let's just, I'll humor you. Let's see if you pick who I picked.
I mean, I know you said the Trailblazers, but I don't remember if you had them winning it all. I know you said the Celtics were in there. Play the audio.
All right. So this, I don't know when this is from. Before the season started, though, Ted. All right.
Okay.
In a battle for social justice, the way they put themselves front and center, these guys didn't have to do.
My name is Jordan Verge, and I'm going to make my official
NBA championship prediction. The date is June of 2020.
June.
So
It's not even a date. It's a month.
The date is June of 2020, and I'm about to make my my NBA prediction.
And I think that the Lakers are going to win the championship
Yeah.
in 6
Yep.
against the Miami Heat. And I think that LeBron is going to win Finals MVP. All right, you heard it from me first.
Yeah, you heard that, Ted.
I mean, I did, but I don't know if it was actually the time you said it was.
No, I mean, you heard me say that it was June 2020, right?
June.
I mean, I could say that right now. I'd like to make a prediction. All right, here, clip this. Hey, I'd like to make a prediction, and say that the month is August of 2021. I'd like to make a prediction saying, insert name here, will win the NBA championship.
Okay. I mean, you said it's August of 2021, so I don't know. I said June of 2020. That was months ago, Ted.
Of 2020.
But
And
see,
I almost said
the thing that's getting
2019.
me here, the thing that's getting me here is, why didn't you bring this up to me earlier? Why is it just being discovered now?
What are you talking about? I have audio of me clearly, because I say,
And I'm going to make my official NBA championship prediction.
But just because you say it doesn't mean it wasn't recorded an hour ago.
no, it sounds like you could hear the TV in the background, Ted. Listen closely to the TV in the background, and I bet that's from a
TV.
I bet it's from a TV show that was airing in like June of 2020.
2020. And I think that the Lakers are going to win the championship in 6 against the Miami Heat. And I think that
something's
Perfect,
up
right?
here.
No, it sounds too perfect because we like to do this thing at the beginning of the season. Or beginning of the bubble at least. We predicted who's gonna win the NBA championship. I congratulated you, Ted. I congratulated you, saying that you got it right. But I get it right, and suddenly, things are fishy.
But you were there for mine. I wasn't there for yours. And I don't understand why this is coming up in October. Why didn't you tell me this earlier when we had our predictions?
Ted, I said in June of 2020 that the Miami Heat were going to lose in 6 to the Lakers, and LeBron was going to win the Finals MVP. What else do you want to hear from me?
Why are you telling me this now? You could have told me this before when our predictions were up. Who did you predict on the show? That's what I want to know.
And I think that the
It doesn't matter about the show. I think this is all that matters.
Lakers are going to win the championship.
I've heard the audio. I would like to say congratulations, Jordan.
Thank you. We're both very good at this. I think we're both very good.
But there's an asterisk by your prediction.
No, I don't know about that, because think about my prediction. I said it before you. Your prediction was in July of 2020, and you know when my prediction was?
1 month.
My prediction was in June of 2020.
Jordan Verge.
I think you recorded that an hour ago.
And I'm going to make my official NBA championship prediction. The date is
That was me looking at my watch. This is actually a Snapchat video, Ted.
Why did you just never send it to me then, dog?
June.
If you would have sent it to me, I would have had no reason to be a little sus.
I don't know. Hey, you're sus. Red is sus, and we need to we need to call an emergency meeting right now.
Danny Green sucks.
No, honestly, I was seeing a bunch of Among Us memes after the Game 5 when Danny Green missed the open three, wide open three. 5 people were guarding LeBron James.
This man was wide open.
And then Markieff Morris, he had a bunch of options he could have done. He could have swung it back.
You better quote me on this.
I will. He could have swung it back to Danny Green, who is still wide open, by the way. Nobody covered Danny Green.
We trust Danny on a second, though?
He could have... Danny Green's not missing that second. So he could have shoveled it to Danny Green. He could have passed it to a wide open LeBron James. Nobody was on LeBron James.
He was waving. LeBron was waving. He said, hi, I'm over here, hi.
Markieff Morris could have shot it himself. He doesn't know how much time's on the clock.
What if what a conspiracy theory. And when this is used on everybody's Instagram, quote tweeted at that humble at the Max Deal. You heard it here first. What if that wasn't Markieff Morris? What if it was Marcus Morris, and he didn't know what each player can do, or he was trying to sabotage the Lakers? What if what if Keith got sick, and it was Marcus Morris? Trap? Yeah, dude.
That's why the Clippers lost.
Whoa, I think we're on.
That's why the Clippers lost.
Were like, yeah, so they could get Marcus on the inside. What if they kidnapped Keith? Bro, tell me, bro. Hold on. I'm on to something here. Give me just 30 seconds, and then I'll end this bit.
Okay, but I'll give you 30 seconds. All right, I'm gonna play some audio while you do this.
Going to make my official, and
unless you wanted to say something during that 30 seconds.
What if? Yeah. No, I just mean all I'm gonna take for this 30 seconds. What if everyone was saying how crazy Markieff was playing because he just kept hitting threes? This man would hit in every three he shot. I think he might have missed 5 total threes that he shot. Markieff never did that. What if Marcus Morris, that was actually Marcus, and that end he was trying to sabotage the Lakers because they didn't want another LA team to win that wasn't the Clippers. Bro, I'm on to something here.
I just like the idea that they did a parent trap. Like
no, I think they kidnapped Keith. Like Kawhi and Paul George were like, Marcus, you got to get your brother out of there. And he was like, all right, I'll do it for the city so the Lakers don't win. I'm on to something here, dude.
I like that. I was watching Game 5 with my girlfriend, and she, obviously we're Celtics fans, so Marcus Morris Sr. was on the Celtics like last year. And she asked who threw because I want to finish this part so Markieff, he had a bunch of different options he could have done, and instead Ted texted me. He said he closed his eyes and just tossed it. He chucked it.
No. Chucked it.
He chucked it. He closed his eyes and said, I just hope that this is going to find...
Somebody catch this ball.
Somebody's going to catch this ball. He closed his eyes, ball over his head, throws it. Just out of bounds.
Such a terrible, it wasn't even Anthony Davis couldn't even.
Anthony Davis was double teamed. Yeah, he was double teamed.
Is he 6'10"? Is he 6'10"?
Anthony Davis, he's 6'11", 7 foot. He's tall, but he's double teamed.
Touched the rafters.
He threw it.
He just
out of bounds.
Dog. He said, yeah. He just threw it. That's what he did.
He was like Carlton from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on that one episode where they were playing basketball, and Carlton had to pull up from half
Stanley
court.
From The Office.
And Michael Scott's there, just yelling.
Yeah, LeBron is Michael Scott in this situation. He's like, I'm over here. And he said, no. He said, take it. He just closed his eyes.
Someone's gonna find this ball.
Yeah. He tried to throw it to a virtual fan, dude.
This was his Steve Kerr moment. He was like, this is what Steve Kerr did, right? What if that was an attempted shot and it was just way off?
They got this man. He should have never been picked up. Also, it dawned on me last night that I think the only reason the Lakers won the championship was because Boogie Cousins got injured.
You think Boogie Cousins is just a bad mojo, or what? Why is Boogie Cousins?
Well, without Boogie, if we had Boogie Cousins, we wouldn't have had Dwight Howard, and we wouldn't have had Markieff Morris.
Okay,
Dwight Howard, very crucial.
Yeah, Markieff Morris was crucial, but for one team, not the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Well, no, I mean, he was a good role player. I'll give him that. But I mean, when you text me back after I said he closed his eyes and chucked it, you rationalized it for me, and I calmed down a little bit. I was still mad, maybe a tad drunk, but
oh, what? We weren't recording the Max deal.
But you said that's true. But you said, what did you say? You said something that was very rational.
I think I said Duncan Robinson's not gonna have a game like that every single time, and he didn't.
Well, you said that, but you also said something that actually made sense.
All right, while you're pulling the text up, I want to finish this thing. I was telling my girlfriend, because she asked who threw the ball out of bounds. She was like, who was that bad at playing basketball? And I said, oh, that's Markieff Morris. And she said, to correct me, she said, Marcus Morris Sr.? No, Markieff Morris. They're two different people. Did you hear me say
hilarious.
Marcus Morris Sr.? No, I said Markieff Morris.
That's such a girl thing. Like, it's just so adorable. You can't be mad. You're like, well, I'm happy that you knew a player.
No, I was furious, Ted. No, let's see. I'm going into our text. Do you have it?
I found that. Yes.
Okay.
It said, okay, so I said, stupid ass, no accuracy pass, having ass bum. And then, you said when he had the ball after the rebound, imagine the stress he was under.
Right.
And then that's when I said he closed his eyes and chucked it.
I mean, what would you do, Ted? Seriously, if you're in that
I would
situation.
close my eyes and chuck it. Our first piece of merch has to say he closed his eyes and chucked it.
No, that's what I would do, honestly.
With like a picture of Keith.
That's what I do with anything. I'm playing basketball at our local courts.
Just close your eyes and chuck it.
Yeah, no, like, and I'm wearing a red shirt, okay? I go with a buddy sometimes. They call him Curry, by the way. They call him Curry, they call me Red Shirt. So what does that say about us? Either one. Seth is the greatest three-point shooter of all time.
How about Dell?
No, I think that he's either Seth or Steph. But they call him Curry because he's a really good shooter. And me, they call me Red Shirt because I'm there and I wear a red shirt. Every time I get the ball, that's honestly what I do. Maybe I don't close my eyes, but I definitely chuck it. Anything I do, it's not a shot. It's not a pass. It's a chuck.
It's a chuck. Charles Barkley. I had a sports nickname. It was Flash. Not because I was fast, but because I was slow.
Okay.
Listen, man. The coach at the time, he'd be like, all right, get out there, Flash. I'm like,
Can you not call me that, sir? My name's Ted.
Flash. Every Flash, man. I was Flash.
You don't like
so
that?
Slow.
No, don't say that.
I'm slow. Or I was a first baseman.
Back in intramurals, I played a basketball game, and our intramural team lost 101-13.
That's amazing. I played one intramural basketball game and then I retired to be the coach because I went to block a dunk and I got destroyed, fell down, and the whole side of my body was bruised. And then I didn't get called. I got called for that's a block.
Yeah, I think a blocking foul, something along those lines. Yeah, where you got dunked on while getting drive to the lane or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, sir, that's a charge. But I got called for the block. And my glasses fell off. They got stepped on. I was on the ground. I was in so much pain. My body literally instantly bruised from my hip, like my whole hip, side of my hip, because that's where I landed, just bruised. And then I said, I'm not playing intramural basketball anymore. I'm not cut out for this life.
I'm not laughing at your pain. I'm just laughing at the visual.
I get it.
Okay.
I thought he was just gonna go for a layup. And okay, he was a friend of ours. He was actually like one of our roommates. We didn't. I only had one roommate, but we had like a block of rooms basically.
And they were roommates.
And he was in a fraternity, and the team we were playing was the fraternity. So instead of playing with our team, he played with his fraternity brothers. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go up and block this and be like, hey, man, you should have been playing with us. But then he decided to dunk on me, and I got destroyed.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, Ted, but some of us have other more pressing issues, like... Ted, who would you pick? Ted, who would you pick? Ted, who would you pick first overall? I know it's October. Did I jump you?
No.
No, you were ready for it.
I mean, I'm always
Ted, who would you pick? Ted, who would you... I turned the volume down just a little bit because it jumped me. So, Ted, obviously we're about a year away from knowing who's going to win the NBA championship next year. We're thinking hopefully the season ends before October. Hopefully. So, Ted, I just have a question for you. Ted, who would you pick? Ted, who would you pick? Ted, who would you pick first overall? Except for the first overall part. So, Ted, right. The NBA Finals, it's something that happens every single year. It just happened with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat in 2020. In 2021, who's going to be in the NBA Finals? Who's taking the championship? And who's winning the Finals MVP?
Okay. My name is Jordan Verge. It's June. All right. So
I might have audio next week of me making a prediction again.
Right, I'm sure you will. All right, so I bet you have one on there for the Heat too. All right, so I have way too early predictions. I took some notes last night. All right, so in the East, I have I'm in like a weird four-way tie here. Maybe you could talk me off the ledge with some of them. I have Philly. I
Ugh, no,
have
wrong. That was the wrong choice, Ted. Keep going.
I have Philly, Boston, the Bucks, and the Heat. Yes, I know it's four generic teams because well, I know the Cavs ain't making it, the Pistons aren't making it, uh, uh, the Hornets aren't making it. Um, so Philly, there's like all the rumors about is there going to be trades with Philly with in Houston, will Embiid be traded? Will Ben Simmons be traded? Will Harden go to Philly? It's a whole thing. So that's partially why I have Philly. Boston will always be there because Boston's great.
I appreciate
Jason Tatum, the young god. He's great. Paired with Jaylen Brown, paired with Marcus Smart, just a great trio there. And Kemba Walker is there too. I almost forgot Kemba, but he's I
All-star
guess like,
starter. Come on, put some damn respect on his name. Show him his damn respect.
I mean, Kemba's great, and I love Kemba, but like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are just so much better.
I don't know about that. I think they're a great trio, but continue.
The Bucks, but I have an asterisk next to the Bucks because Giannis, will he get traded? Will he go to the Heat? I know the Heat are a landing spot for Giannis. At least that's what I've heard, read. So if the Heat get Giannis, the Heat if the Heat get Giannis, the Heat will definitely be there again. Pairing with Jimmy and Giannis will be crazy. If Goran stays around, insane. Even Kendrick Nunn, he played great. Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson.
I was gonna say, how are you missing out on?
I'm a bucket.
Yeah.
You're so quick with it. I mean, Tyler Herro, he didn't even really play great toward the end there. I think that was a reason. Jimmy just had to carry those boys, man. Like Duncan Robinson, granted, yes, had that great game.
I can't swim either. You can't swim?
So good. But Tyler Herro, man, he didn't really show up when he should have. Which is fine. He's a rookie. He'll be there. He'll learn, and that's a great learning experience for that man. So I'm gonna go Heat. I'm gonna say the Heat. I'm gonna say somehow they get Giannis.
Wow. Okay.
Because that's gonna be. My name is Ted. It is October 14th, and the Miami Heat will get Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Do you think my voice is that deep?
My name is Jordan Verge.
Yes.
I guess why did I put a voice on? This was
know.
just
You
me
did
a
it
couple
an
months
hour
ago,
ago.
Ted. No, I don't know. This is me a couple months ago, and maybe I had a different voice. I don't know.
Maybe you. Never mind. Okay, so then in the West. Okay. Wait, I forgot a team in the East that I just thought about.
No,
Kevin
you're not allowed
Durant's
to
gonna
say
be
it. You're not
healthy.
allowed to say it. I wanna be the one to come in and be like, you forgot this team.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't even know what I was gonna say. So in the West, it's unfortunate that the Warriors are potentially going to be healthy next year. I say potentially because nobody's.
This man said it's unfortunate that they're going to be healthy. He's wishing a plague upon the Golden State Warriors.
Listen, man, they destroyed 4 years of my life. All right. 4 years I had to watch them hoist the trophy, and LeBron, was it 4 years?
Yeah,
3?
no, 4 straight years they were there, 5 straight years they were there, but it was 4 years of Cavs and Warriors.
Yeah, I had to watch LeBron lose 4 years to the Warriors. Okay, listen, the Warriors are gonna be healthy next year potentially. I say that I guess I should say it potentially healthy for every team because nobody knows who's gonna be hurt. They'll have Steph, they'll have Clay, they'll have whoever they pick with the second overall pick. If it's LaMelo Ball, if it's James Wiseman, whoever they pick, or if they trade that pick for whatever player they traded for. They'll have those guys. So, they could potentially be there. And then LA, the Lakers, they'll always be a pick of mine. 1, because LeBron, 2, because Anthony Davis, and 3, if they add a third superstar, potentially I think they'll have money to land a third superstar if they so choose to. Because there's gonna be some contracts off the books if they don't re-sign. I know Danny Green will be off. He's being paid like $14 million. I hope they keep KCP because KCP really, really became a favorite player of mine in these finals. I think he makes like 12. I don't know if this
He
is
makes
his last
a
year
good
or not.
amount of money, and I feel like he just robs the city of Los Angeles of that money
Yeah.
every single time he steps on the court, honestly. I'm
I mean,
not a big fan of KCP,
bro,
but he's
no,
an NBA champion now, so I can't say anything because I'm not an
I mean,
NBA champion.
No, I get it though. I get it because I was that way before. But watching him play, really, I don't know. He played well in my opinion. But if they don't have him, that's 12 million unless this is last year and they renegotiate. I don't know what the term is.
No,
there.
I don't think. I think he signed like a 3-year something. He definitely has like another year on it.
Okay. Is this LeBron's second year? This is his second year, right?
This is, he won the championship in his second year. Yeah, so this upcoming one's his third.
Okay. So yeah, there's some contracts on there that if they get off, they could potentially sign a third superstar. I don't know who those free agents will be yet. Obviously we'll find out sooner than later. And I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I hope they sign
who's
Rondo
winning out of the
back.
West?
I'm sorry. The Lakers.
Okay, so
Lakers
you're thinking
Heat
it's going to be
rematch.
Lakers Heat rematch. All right.
LeBron, no. Lakers Heat rematch. Anthony Davis win MVP.
All right, Anthony Davis's turn. Any reason for that? You think that LeBron's another year older? He's going to have a lot less production, or Anthony Davis is going to be entering his prime, or what is it?
The safe bet is LeBron because the dude will be at the time, he'll be what, 36?
36 or 37. Yeah, depending on when the championship is.
And the dude is still in his prime. like this, the LeBron loves wine. This man is wine. He's just aging. Maybe all the wine this man drinks is causing him to just age like wine.
You know what they used to call Kobe? They used to call him Vino.
Did they?
Yeah. He's like I definitely didn't make that up. I know they called him that. And his
no, you're good with nicknames, so I'm not doubting
his last couple of years they called him Vino because he gets better with age.
Oh, I wonder what LeBron's favorite. LeBron probably likes red wine, so he's probably like let's call this man Cabernet. I'm gonna try to get that. I'm gonna try to get that trending.
Cabernet James instead of King.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm gonna tweet him that. He's not gonna tweet me back. He doesn't even see my tweets. I lost my train of thought, but you were asking
Anthony Davis. He wins the Finals MVP.
I mean, LeBron James is just always in his prime. The man is just a force to be reckoned with. And if he can get his fifth, he's probably gonna play like out of his mind yet again next year. But I just think it's Anthony Davis's time. I think this year was a learning experience for him. I think, stepping out of his comfort zone, getting traded to a new team, learning a whole new regime, having a new coach, having a new set of players. I think this was a learning experience for him, and the man won a championship in his first year of a learning experience. So, the future is bright for this kid. I think he's like 27. I just think it's his time. I think he's going to start dominating the league now. Now that people can see what he actually can do, rather than being like the 6th, 7th best player in the league, I think he's going to finally be, people's opinion, top 5. And I think he's just going to get that respect.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
I thought you had maybe a couple more seconds of talking before just cutting off. No, I mean, you know what? You're not wrong. You didn't have to go there, but you're not wrong. But let me tell you why you are. Because I think that the Brooklyn Nets are going to come out of the East. Obviously, me, Boston Celtics fan, I want to say Celtics-Lakers for the 18th championship. Because both of them now are technically tied.
Yeah.
They're both technically tied, even though the Lakers count the Minneapolis Lakers championships, even though they didn't count them like two decades ago. Within the past 2 decades, they were like, yeah, those championships, we're going to claim those. They're only going to claim them because they fell behind in the Celtics counting championships or whatever. It's a whole messy situation. I think that it's going to be the Nets and the Lakers next year. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, we're going to finally see what they are together. And
that series would be wild.
Yeah, it's going to be what's that Christmas story where it's like someone being visited by like ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future.
The Christmas Story, right?
Oh, it's the Christmas Story. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the one with like Scrooge McDuck. No.
Well, that's the Disney version, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think that DeAndre Jordan, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. I don't know why Jordan is there. You know, maybe his Lob City days. I don't know. But KD and Kyrie, those are going to be the ghosts of Christmas past and present, and they're going to, meet him in the finals, and it's going to be a bloodbath, Ted.
You know what is like interesting to me? Next year for the NBA championship, there's going to be fans in the stadium.
Hopefully.
I mean,
I'm
certain.
optimistic. Nothing certain, but hopefully.
I think, but the bubble experience for me, man, that was such a special time we were living in, dog. Like, how cool was that setup? I mean, maybe it wasn't cool, but in my opinion, I thought that was so sick. Just like the virtual fans, you could sort of hear like players talking. I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
It was definitely different. My favorite part was when they would have like 5 or 4 or 5 games a day, so I could wake up.
So sick.
Afternoon time, 1:00, games until midnight. I loved that. That was my favorite time.
So sick, dude.
But Ted, all right, so I have Nets and Lakers. You're hearing it. The date is October of 2020. Nets versus the Lakers, NBA Finals. You got the Heat with Giannis versus the Lakers in a Finals rematch. Ted, I finished my drink a while ago. I drank this way too quickly, so I figured we might as well talk to sober up. But that means we've come to the end of our discussion. Ted, you do this thing every single week where you take us out.
I would just like to say congratulations to the 2020 NBA champion, the Los Angeles Lakers, the 2020 Finals MVP, LeBron James. Y'all deserved it. Y'all had a great run from start to finish in this weird pandemic plague season that we had. I would just also like to shout out to the NBA for giving us this time that we all sort of needed. We needed sports, and you guys brought us sports in a safe and timely manner. What was it, like a month you guys were shut down, and you brought it all back.
Did you say
shouts
a month?
out to,
I think it was like March to August, right? End of July, but still, you're right.
I'd like to shout out Disney for the accommodations.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Working with the NBA and Adam Silver. Shout out to Adam Silver for just being that guy. Just such a good time we had during the NBA Finals. From start to finish, even starting the bubble with the season games they played or whatever it was. So yeah, it was a fun time. I'm glad that we got to soak it all in, and I'm happy that the Lakers won the championship and LeBron to get his 4th. And we do this every week, so if you like the video, click that like button and subscribe, because we're bringing this every week, and we also got some cool stuff. Cool other videos on there too, so go watch the back catalog. So I'm Ted, that was Jordan, this was the Max Deal.